A good afternoon from me, Senyimba Saji Kalira for Sports Desk, that is on Alubale Sports, Goloko. Today we have a gentleman who has served the game of cricket with all his heart and has been at the helm as the chairman of the Uganda Cricket Association, Michael Nuwagaba. He has taken Uganda to 2 World Cups, that's under 19 and the senior side in his final term. And next month he's going to be signing out, handing over to another person. For starters, congratulations on that fate.
Thank you so much. Actually, 3 World Cups.
Oh, wow. Okay. In the administration, all.
So 3 World Cups, 2
Yes.
for under 19, the boys.
Yes, 2 under 19. Then the main one, the big one.
The big one.
Yeah, many sport disciplines actually are looking for that, and yeah, it has evaded them for some good time. Yeah, let us start with your life. How can one describe Michael Nwagaba to a stranger?
Well, Michael Nuwagaba is a down-to-earth person. Very simple, shy,
Okay.
yeah, and very calculative. Yes. Come from Stagwenda, humble district, humble background. And I talk to everyone. I believe I'm so approachable. I believe in keeping things simple.
Oh, that's good. And do you mind sharing with us this proud family that gave us a fine gentleman like you?
Yes, I'm a firstborn from a family of 5. My parents are still alive, Mr. and Mrs. Nuwagaba,
That's good.
and they're all business people. So I come from a coffee background, and we are humble people.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, the way you're expressing yourself, that paints a picture of a fine education background. Kindly share with us those schools you went to, and yeah, those nicknames, if you don't mind.
Yes, primary, I went to 3 schools,
Yes.
Matale, Nakasero, and Mengo. Secondary, I did 6 years in the JSS. That is where I learned cricket from.
Yes.
And my nickname in school, because I went to school when I was really chubby, was Ndebele from South Africa.
Hey.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Do you remember the student who gave you that name? Or
He's actually still around.
oh, okay.
He's called Ayo. For those who've known him for some time, he'll go by DJ.
Oh,
Yes.
DJ. Oh, wow, that's interesting. So, secondary school, that's in DJ. Then, how did you manage these vacations? Did you do some work during those vacations? That is Form 4 and Form 6, all home, then straight to university?
No, I did some work. I was actually daring. In my senior 4 vacation, I was working in USA. Senior 6 vacation, I was driving taxis,
Hey.
long distance routes.
Oh, what?
Yeah. Went to campus as I was studying.
Which distances are those?
Majority of the western routes. So I would do Ibanda, Fort Portal, Mbara, Ibanda, Mbara, Kampala. Yes.
Oh, wow. Then from 6, I had the rumor of you being in a truck, driving a truck.
Yes.
A trailer truck.
A truck. I was exposed early to cars. So by the time I was in my senior 6 vacation, I would comfortably drive a truck. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why even after my campus life, when I joined Coca-Cola,
Yeah.
I think I was the youngest driver there.
Oh, wow. That's good. Okay, now that we have a bit of your background, let us go into the main course. And the main course is cricket, the game that I got to know you and you got to know me, and yeah, the world actually getting to know you. When was the first time you held a cricket ball or a bat in your life?
We didn't start with balls and bats. In senior 1, we were a group of some short boys. Tanda, Humphrey, Kakumba. So the guys who know that time, they were blue band tins. They were metallic.
Yes, yeah, I know them.
So it was a stamp on that tin.
Oh,
senior one. By the time equipment was not everywhere the way it
yeah,
is now.
yeah, I understand.
So my first time actually holding a bat and a cricket ball was in my senior two.
Oh,
Yes. That's when I start playing for a house, and I never looked back.
okay. School. Which are some of those fond memories you remember on the crease? Like me facing Indeje, what eliminating Muiri, what getting half a century. Is there any of those memories you can pick out?
School's week, there's a game that will stand out. It was against Mwiri. I think that was the strongest team Mwiri has ever produced.
Yeah,
The Zungus, that team.
yeah.
That was my first school's cricket week.
Oh,
I played 15 overs.
you faced them 15 overs.
15 straight overs.
Oh, that's solid. The score?
I think, I cannot remember the score fed for the team, but I think I was able to put on about 25.
Oh,
But what keeps it top of my mind
yeah.
is, getting to face such a strong opposition at a young age, and having that determination, I'll play it out.
So, two clubs you've played for, Nile Wanderers, and it's going to be the same question, a duplicate of the previous one. Your best games, because, okay, you might help me out. I don't remember any trophy in there, but there should be some individual brilliances. If you don't mind, kindly share some of them.
I think the highest total that has ever been set in our local league is 289.
Yes.
That time I was still in Nile. I used to open with that game I opened with Moyobo.
Yeah,
We were playing KICC, and not just a KICC with pros. Then they would bring in pros from out. We chased down 289 at 10 overs. We were at 115. That was a memorable. It's a memorable game. It is something I'll always cherish. I think that's the game where I scored my highest.
Yeah.
It was 89. I think I was going at a rate of over 170%.
Whoa, that really the bat. Oh, you are throwing balls out of the park.
It was a good one. I think it was a good challenge.
Okay.
It changed the way we would look at this game.
Yeah.
So some of the things we're seeing now, I actually look back and think if that kind of thought process in terms of individuality players was there, probably we could have been now a step ahead than where we are.
We could have been with our professionals, all people who would have opened doors for the assessors and the OBS.
I think everything would have been more open. The cost would be wider. Yeah,
okay.
now.
What about this journey into the national team colors? Because that's everyone's dream, to play for the national team. And yes, you had that chance.
Yes.
How was the journey?
So while still in secondary, I got drafted into under 19. So I was part of the squad that actually went to Malawi. At the time, Malawi had good grounds. Malawi and Zambia. I was part of the team actually when we obtained associate status in 98. Yeah, unfortunately, after hitting that milestone, that is when now you're getting done with campus and you need to start looking for a living.
Yeah, I know. And to a player who was hitting this ball hard with a good left hand, and somehow the career was cut short. Was it due to a busy working schedule or an injury?
No, it was nothing to do with an injury. My working schedule couldn't allow me have both.
Yeah.
So I get posted to Eastern Uganda, from Eastern to Mbarara. I couldn't balance the two. I was already in banking.
Oh,
yes.
I see.
So one had to give.
During last AGM, it was you who mentioned it, clubs were promised
Yes.
some financial support, the first of its kind in our local league, and they were happy. What's the latest?
So we were unable to do any disbursements within 2024, and this is twofold. One, our calendar was so tight, and by being tight, we require a lot of funding. But again, the funds we had budgeted to come in, there were delays in funds being released. I am sure, as for government, you are aware how focus had to move to AFCON.
Yes.
This affected all other federations.
Yes.
And even in the business cycle. So because of that short funding gap, you need to postpone some things and drop others. We had to postpone that idea. But it's still alive.
Yes.
I'm confident within this year it should be up and running.
Speaking of Pamoja, we know cricket is going to be moved to Chambogo University from Lugogo Cricket Oval. What assurances do you have as UCA with NCS that indeed we are going to have a ground for cricket only?
So we've been engaging directly with government
Yes.
through NCS and their board. And at least certain things are already running. We know there are already special permissions that have been given to NCS, because out of the new sports law, all public facilities, sports facilities, will be
Yes.
under NCS.
Yes.
So we know Chambogo is going to be dedicated for cricket.
Yes.
That's a commitment we've been given.
Okay.
We've seen the designs that have come through.
Yeah.
And we've seen the commitments even from the developer to develop it further.
Okay.
When that will start is something I cannot give
Yeah.
a timeline on, but the commitments are there and the goodwill is there from government.
Oh, okay. Cricket has had a few corporate sponsorships. Actually, if I say few, then apologies for that, because other federations are struggling totally. But you have you've had the likes of Plascon, Nile, Special, Leica Mobile, and all these guys are with you during your term in office. What is it that you guys are doing right other federations should pick on so that they also bring these corporate guys onto their tables?
I think this is a give and take relationship. And in any kind of relationship, relevance is the key principle.
Yes.
So we try to be relevant to all our stakeholders, be it government, be it the fraternity, be it the society within which we play. And of course, all these things, they all go back and affect even businesses. So the moment you're relevant, you will be seen.
Okay.
And if you're seen and you're doing all you can to stay transparent, and you take a step forward to actually engage all these parties, something will come. Someone will recognize what you're doing, and they'll want to walk the journey with you.
Oh, that's good. Okay, now another opportunity is coming in the sports fraternity, but mainly for football. That's the Pamoja project. However, other sport disciplines have been encouraged to somehow lobby and also benefit from that fate. How is cricket planning to lay strategies so that they also share on that cake, because it's going to be a big cake?
So ideally, when you're talking sports, you're talking tourism. So many people will be coming in to watch these games. All these games are going to be screened live. People who will come to watch these games, some will end up going to Murchison Falls and wherever. Some love cricket. Some love kids. So those who will be seeing kids playing cricket in the schools, those who may pass by within Kampala and see Lugogo and all that, these guys, by the time they come, they've done full research. They know what they're looking for. For me, individually, my thought would be, as a country, as federations, I know this is mainly for football, Sports is tourism.
Yes.
If we all do what we have to do as sports and embrace that,
Yes.
we will go further.
Oh,
Because imagine if you have a good stadium, football stadium
yes.
in Hoima.
Yes.
Other amenities have to come around it.
Yeah, definitely.
It will not only be lodging.
Yeah.
Other sports will come in. You cannot just have football. You'll
Yes.
see handball, you'll see volleyball.
Yeah, it's a
and all
multi-purpose
that.
stadium actually.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That attracts everything you want.
Okay. Some will say that being that you played at the highest level, that is the national team, things have been easy for you. Qualifying for World Cup, senior level and the junior level, and also getting the sponsorships, and somehow revamping the game on the grassroots. Is it an added advantage for someone who was a former player being at the helm?
So it gives you a bit of the technical edge. But then remember, when you're at the board level, you're more at the strategic side of things.
Yeah.
Having a balance of the two,
Yep.
I think, is what probably gave us an edge
Yep.
to take the strides we took and to have the successes we're having now.
Yep.
From my past life, at least I have the experience. 20 years managing large teams up to 300 people, managing huge budgets up to $60 million. So understanding systems, understanding people, understanding synergies,
Yes.
and the teams you have. You know, it all goes into the same pot. And with all that, you're able to get something moving. But the bottom line is, you must know where you are. You must know where you want to go.
Yes.
And always keep it simple.
You had the chance, being spotted from school, entered the system of the national team, eventually played for the national team. Of recent, we are going to the World Cup under 19, but the transition of players from the under 19 national team, then coming into the senior squad, it has been a bit slow. But for lack of a better word, because we had players in the national under 19 World Cup and even the senior, but the number is a bit low. Why do you think? Why do you think we are lacking on that part?
True, we've had a legacy problem. We lose so many players from the age of 19 to 23. And this is something we've thought about, and how do we close this gap? So from this season of 2025, it's going to be a must. First of all clubs to have 2 under 19 players.
Okay, that's
each.
good.
We are looking at a view of revamping what used to be like a castle, a development side within the local league.
Yeah, I remember it.
And even the way we've been touring is going to change. So tours where we'll be having countries lower than us, as much as they give us competitive games. Rwanda, Nigeria, Tanzania, Kenya, and the rest will always ensure we are sending Uganda A. So we've set the Uganda A's in place already. That will be Uganda A. Then where we see intermediate competition, we'll always have a blend.
Yeah.
But even for the senior team, you will always see 1 or 2 upcoming players. As you know, you warm them up into getting into the national side. Okay. Yeah, and I think the one thing that will help us spot a lot of talent is decentralization of development. So the hubs you're looking at, the Sorotis, now Guru should be up and running very well. Kasese is up and running. Centro is up and running. So I believe within the next 3 years, we should begin seeing more names than we are seeing now.
Okay.
Whether they'll get to perform at the international scene, that is something else. But once the names come through, then you start aligning most of the things.
I understand. And to the viewer, Uganda A means Team B. So
Yes,
to
yes,
them they might say, oh, Uganda, that means it's, your strong side. No, that's Team B.
yes.
2 World Cups. Do you think you've done enough?
I think the sky is the limit. I think me, the board, and the secretariat, and the players themselves, we've just opened the tip. Ideally, we are showing the world what Uganda is, what Uganda can do. We can go further than that. When I see what's happening now around the pathway toward the status, I think that's an example of what we can do and much more. So I think in this cycle, normally it's a 3-year cycle, Uganda will shine more. I feel we are going to light up more greens.
Okay. Unfortunately, you're going to be leaving office this coming month. A new face is going to come in because you've served both your term. Unfortunately, you guys have term limits. And I don't know why. Because if someone is doing something good, you retain the person. Why do you fix something which is not broken? But that takes me to the next question. Is there anything, all things you think that time has not allowed you to complete and you'd love to see them completed?
One is it will come around the governance bit. You know, there's a new sports law, and this affects all governance of all federations. So this is something we are anticipating coming in earlier, but guidelines are not yet out. I think that is very crucial. It is very key. The other for me is mainly around the ground or grounds.
Yeah.
We are having so much cricket now, and there's a lot of pressure on grounds. We do not have enough grounds to accommodate the amount of cricket we want to play. Yes. So that is something I'd set out to make sure we have facilities, at least land. We weren't able to do that, but at least the money is there. We've been able to save.
That was going to be my next question. That, okay, I know there's some money which is ring first for that
About
purpose.
900 million.
Yes, 900 million. Is it still there in tax on the account?
Yes.
Accumulating interest or losing?
It is accumulating interest. We do not even touch it.
Okay.
It's fixed money.
Yes.
But I think right now we need grounds. And we need many grounds. Yeah.
Okay. Any parting shots for the fraternity? You've served for 2 terms.
I would wish to thank the fraternity for moving with us.
Yes.
I would wish to thank the board, the secretariat. I know this journey involves cracking a lot of eggs. It has tears, it has blood. But I think the bend we are in now, the hope is coming out. We are beginning to see some more light. Let's keep the fire burning.
Okay. Yeah, that was all with the Uganda Cricket Association chairman, Michael Nuwagaba. We're glad that actually his resignation was rejected. He came back to office and took us to the World Cup. That's a plus. It has been a sports desk with me, Senyimba Saji Kalira on Naluba Sports, Goloko.